What is happening, people? What is going down? Boys, have been too long. What is happening? What is up? You see me up in this moment. So, where have I been? Oh, it's a long story, I guess, but I might get to it later. But I won't even talk about where I've been yet. But I know, where the hell have I been? So, whenever I do this here, I always look at myself. I probably shouldn't even do this side. Anyway, the first thing I want to talk about is, I don't know, I feel like somebody out there is needing a little bit of love, so let me give you some loving. You need love, love, love. We all love you. Somebody loves you somewhere. Somebody loves you. I love you because you are me. You are me. So, whoever you are, take a big old hug and some love and run with it. Now, I don't know what I've got to talk about. I don't really have a specific thing in mind. It's just been so long. I'm like, God dang, man, I gotta make a freaking video, man. It has been way too long. Sort of took a break from YouTube. Haven't been watching a lot of it. Since my awakening, I don't know about you guys, man, but I went on this diet of YouTube. In the beginning, I was like 3 or 4 or 5 hours a day. Just, I don't even know how many hours, just constantly on there. And I've been so many different directions and so many different places and doing so many different things and reading so many different things, and it's actually mind-numbing. It is. But one of the things I do want to sort of talk about is, because I'm going to call this Know Thyself. Since written record and since verbal record and since what do they call mythology? They like to call it mythology, but ever since there's been a story told, or there's been anything written, or wise men that speak and people that take record of it, one of the first things that we do, or in the beginning, what we started doing and what we are capable of doing and what we're supposed to do, is an examination of ourselves, figure out who we are, figure out our mind, why we think the way we think, who are we, what is our purpose. These are questions that all the way back to a cat named Zarathustra, and probably before him there was probably some other philosophers, but you've heard Case Parks talk about Nietzsche. Nietzsche liked to talk about Zarathustra. Zoroastrianism, I think it was called, was like one of the first religions there for a long, long time, and some people predate him to 6,000 years ago. Some say that he was about 2,000 years BC, 1500 to 2000 BC, and he was one of, I'm sure, several, but one of the few that we know of for sure that was questioning thyself. What was his purpose? Why is he here? And over the course of time, we've had philosophers, you've got everybody from Pythagoras to Plato to Aristotle to Nietzsche, Homer, Proclus. I mean, there's so many. Nowadays, you've got Pierre Grimes, Alan Watts, Carl Jung, one of them psychiatrist, the other one's alchemist, but they still are, into the way we think, why we think, what is our true potential, where are we in relation to God? Where are we in relation to the mind, the self? And, when I started on this journey, I was like, I don't know, I started just like examining myself, and I had to know everything about myself. And first I studied the brain, and I know all the parts of the brain. I could sit here and recite each piece of the brain, how blood's made, how bone is made, these different things. What kind of a thinker am I, or what kind of intelligence, or what kind of knowledge do I possess, and how do you label it as I think they call autodidact, and you've got philomath, polymath. There's so many different types of intelligence that there are, and then the way we approach the way that we think, whether it's through spiritual, the way we look at it spiritually, the way we look at it psychologically, emotionally. There's so many ways to be conscious of oneself, to be conscious of your own mind, to think of yourself. And and the bottom line about the self is that a lot of alcoholics, a lot of people who have anxiety issues, people who have any kind of obsessive or compulsive behaviors and anxiety disorders, low self-esteem, different things, a lot of this, or almost all of this, reverts back to false belief of self, what you think of yourself. And a lot of us, we can't forgive the things we've done. Some of us who's got pretty shitty past. I know I stepped on a lot of fucking people, man. Back in the day, I was kicking up dust, a long time ago, but still, did what I did. And then people done a lot of shit to me, so over the course of time, that those things, that's what creates you. This is the things that create you. These the heavy emotional scars, because it's usually the scars that make you dysfunctional. It's not the love. You remember that shit too, but people who grow up in dysfunction, and people who wind up self-sabotage, or drug addiction, or whatever, alcohol abuse, gambling, whatever, low self-esteem, just different things, anxiety, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, all these things. It all comes down to things that happened to you when you were little, usually when you were little. And then as time went on, maybe you give your heart to somebody, or to use my case, my parents, expecting, certain things out of them, and, being to where if they can't apologize or acknowledge what they did, or give me what I need, then I can't function, or I have a good excuse to use or do whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's just a good excuse to screw shit up, or do whatever that's really harming yourself, because it just creates more shit that you gotta lug around, and eventually someday forgive yourself for. So what I'm getting down to, and I fucking always take the long way around and can't shut the hell up, but is, to use an analogy, I've seen these ants. We got a problem with sugar ants right now, man. And if you so much as stir your coffee and leave and drop some sugar on the counter or whatever, it's like there's all these little sugar ants come out, and there'll be a little trail of them all in a line. And then as soon as you walk up and make any noise, man, they just go in chaos, and they're going in every direction. They've completely are shitting bricks, losing it, going everywhere, not knowing where to go, just freaking out. You know, if you can imagine when you're born into this dimension here on this planet, that's what all these people are, man. These are fucking bunch of people that are just scattering. They're not, they don't know what the fuck is going on. They're just going in different directions. And so we come along, and they're in charge of us and how we're going to turn out. And nobody ever told them how to do it right, and nobody ever told their people that that taught them. And so this thing, this dysfunctional train, it gets bigger because there's more people, and because of that, it's created more dysfunction. So anyway, my point is, you come into a world of people who don't have an idea what they're doing. I mean, they seriously have no clue what they're doing. And then they fuck us up, and then we expect them, because we either instinctively know what we need, or we read that we need this closure, we need whatever it is we think that we need, and we hold on so dearly, so tightly to, we have this hoop that they need to jump through, or else, and dude, give them a break. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a freaking break, dude. You have no clue what you're doing here. None of us do. The more I learn, that we have no fucking clue what's going on. We're all scattering around, trying to fit in people's boxes, trying to get people to fit in our boxes, trying to get this guy to jump through a loop. He's trying to get me to jump through a loop. I'm not going to do it. And there's all this time wasted, all this energy wasted on this behavior that is so freaking pathetic, man. I thought, what if, because we all got shit in our closet, we all got shit that we're ashamed of, we've all done things, right? What if, God or some powerful being or whatever, powerful something, come up and said, hey, look, we'll wipe away everything you've ever done to anybody. Anything you've ever done, we'll completely wipe it away. Those people will have amnesia of it. The slate will be clean. The repercussions will be undone. Everything that happened because of that, whatever you did, it'll be wiped clean. But here's the deal. Whatever's been done to you, you have to wipe it clean. You have to forget about it. You have to undo whatever that person did to you. Would you jump on that shit? I mean, think about that. Everybody clean slate, you know what I'm saying? And if you think of it like that, you're like, I can do that anyway. I don't need God to do that. I don't need somebody to come say, hey, let's do that. Just clean the fucking slate, man. These people have no clue what they're doing. I've spent so much of my life being angry at my parents, being angry at my siblings, angry at people from the past who won't let me live down the past, and I forgive them, dude. Just forgive them. It's more importantly, I forgive me. I forgive me. I forgive you. So, good news, good stuff. Gonna be meeting AJ, Africa, Ed, and Sherry. And I thought Kat was coming, but I just got a text she's not coming. So, but we all trying to organize a little thing. I don't know what I should say or whatever, but anyway, we're all meeting up to talk about maybe trying to get some kind of little, I don't know, something going where we can all meet up. But you know, love yourself, man. Gee, many Christmas. Look at this shit. Listen to these birds. Look at these trees. Look at my junky ass little house. It needs a lot of work. Y'all see my doggy? Dang it. He's still with us. He's doing good. So, anyway, what else did I want to talk about? I know I don't have a whole lot to talk about right now, which I'm going to be popping. Every time I say I'm going to do this, it's like, I can't even keep these promises. But honestly, my back has been jacked up, and I've been babysitting like non-stop, which I'm babysitting again today. I can't wait for this 3 or 4 day vacation. I was supposed to be babysitting then. I had to let them know, dude, I'm not going to be around. But, which I love it. I love my grandkids, and I love doing it. So, but, anyway, you know, somebody out there needed some love. Yeah, you. My eyes, it's allergies. Start a weekend already. But yeah, man, you know, don't blame people for being a bunch of fucking ants scattered all amongst, having no clue what's going on, having no clue. Trust me, we're making mistakes too, you know, so we're all doing it. So we need to lighten up, and savor the day, man. What is that, Dead Poet Society? What is that? Eat the marrow of life, or suck the bone marrow of life. I don't know, something like that. But seize the day. Seize the day, man. God, it's beautiful out here right now. It's hotter than shit, but I love that. Anyway, peace. I love you guys. I love you. I'll be back. And I don't apologize. Or I should. I apologize if I do something bad, but this isn't bad. I just been lackadaisical, and I had like a couple videos that I was like doing all this research on, and I was gonna put all these clips in, and I was gonna do all this shit. I created this like big giant project that is never gonna get done. I'm trying to connect food, water, iron, the magnetic field, women, and you know, maybe the reason why women are having so many symptoms and why so many women are waking up, since that's feminine energy, magnetic energy is, and the magnetic field is jacked up right now. And women, you know, they have a lot, they can't absorb iron very well. They're supposed to get way more iron than men, especially during their menstrual cycle, whatever. And anyway, I might still try to connect those dots. I just haven't been able to get. Yeah, it's just whatever. But I love you guys, and have a good weekend, and take some love with you, and take some forgiveness with you. Take it with you. Put it in your pocket, man. Pocket full of sunshine. Peace. Yeah, I want to add this up here. AJ put out a video talking about this, and this is absolutely true. You were born perfect. You weren't born into original sin. Whoever told you that bullshit? You were not, can you imagine a baby being born, being 1 year old, or 1 day old, dies the next day, burns in hell because he was born into sin and didn't get saved and accept Jesus into his heart? Come Come on, dude. That's got to be a loophole, don't you think? That's bullshit. You were born perfect. They want you to think you were born into original sin. You're special, man. You're wonderful. You are like... You're not a shit stain. You wasn't born a shit stain, dude. You are fucking perfect. You need to know that shit. You need to own that shit. You made mistakes. You know, be a better person. Forgive yourself. Forgive those, but you got to do the same thing. When you forgive yourself, you have to forgive everybody else. You know what I mean? Clean the slate up. Forgive them. Forgive yourself, man. Just let it go. Move on. Start a new chapter. Turn a new page. You know, it feels good. It feels good, good, good. I wouldn't lie to you because I love you, because you're me. Got that? I don't know why. I need to start looking up here so my eyeballs will be up. I don't know. Looks like I'm smoking that Willie Nelson. Anyway, again, I say I love you and peace. Out.